So where are we now in the biblical story? The signs of the times indicate that we're in the midst of some of the events that will ultimately lead to the return of Christ. These many prophetic signs were given long ago to demonstrate that the Bible is trustworthy and that its author knows all things, even the distant future. Though each of these prophetic signs share equal value and should be carefully studied, in this segment we will focus on one specific prophecy. In examining this prophecy, we will not only discover its amazing accuracy, but we will also learn how it will soon affect each person on this planet. As touched on earlier in this program, this prophecy, found in Revelation chapter 13, predicts that a powerful, worldwide religious and political power will exercise absolute control over all people by controlling global finances. The descriptive words religious and political are used here because this power will be both. And as a religious and political power, it will force its religious preference on all people and use its political and military power to enforce it. A non-biblical religion will align itself with the state and force everyone to adhere to its prescribed belief system or lose the privilege to buy and sell. This religious system's alignment with a military-strong government that also controls the banking system will provide it with the power it needs to control everyone.
He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark.
Why can this only apply to today? Because the technology to do this has not existed until now. You may be wondering why a power such as this would want to control the world population. The truth is, dictatorial powers have been the norm in history much more than liberal powers. As an example, history shows that the Roman Catholic Church, which is a religious and political power, controlled Europe by the sword for more than 1,000 years. If a person did not agree with the church, he or she was labeled as a heretic, tried as a criminal, and in many cases brutally tortured and killed. In fact, Protestant Christianity and North America were established to escape the oppression of that system. It clearly took place in the past, and the Bible predicts it will occur again. The freedoms that many of us have experienced in recent times is a very rare privilege when looking back across world history. Even in our own century, world domination was attempted by Stalin, Hitler, Mussolini, and Japanese Prime Minister Tojo, and they each came very close to reaching their goals. According to the Bible, a one-world dictatorship will eventually succeed. But how will this be accomplished? This global power will do this by controlling the finances of all people, regardless of their location or social status. All people will be forced to adhere to the demands of this dictatorship or lose financial privileges. And the requirement will be that everyone follow its prescribed religion instead of the Bible. Being loyal to this dictatorial government will earn you the privilege to buy and sell. On controlling the finances, one theory describes the many smaller banks being bought out by the larger banks, eventually giving one bank the monopoly. Many believe that the Federal Reserve Bank already possesses and exercises that kind of power. Since we have lost our self-sufficiency and come to need money for survival, especially in the last 100 years, most of us are already at the mercy of the banking system. Every aspect of our lives revolves around money. From food to fuel, transportation to housing, money drives every facet of the modern world. Banks are clearly in a powerful position to call the shots, even now. The only thing left is a great catastrophe to push the world population into a state of desperation. Natural disasters, a worldwide stock market crash, global war, an energy shortage, famines, pandemics, or a combination of these crises could cause a global form of martial law that would further empower this dictatorial government. No matter how it comes to pass, current world developments make it easy to see that the fulfillment of this 2,000-year-old prophecy is now inevitable. Soon, this global dictatorship, more powerful than any other in all of history, will exclusively grant or seize the privilege of buying and selling through the global central banking system that already exists. Just decades ago, this would have seemed unlikely and technologically impossible. Today, it is only a matter of time before it reaches full fruition. Just imagine something of this magnitude happening without warning. The privilege of knowing the future in advance is a very special blessing from the Creator. It is His fatherly way of showing that He is watching out for us and that He truly cares. Keep your eyes open and follow the developments of this prophecy very carefully.
Now, when these things begin to happen, look up and lift up your heads, because your redemption draws near.
When this occurs, the long-awaited return of Jesus will soon follow. For those who have waited and are anticipating His return, the fulfillment of this prophecy should be viewed as a wonderful sign that God is in control. When this sign comes to pass, God will once again prove that as Alpha and Omega, He truly knows the beginning from the end and the end from the beginning of all things, and that He can be trusted with full confidence.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust.